Hey everybody, this is called William and Trudy, Deuce and Me. I was hired to care for William Cosgrove after his first hospice nurse quit. He was dying of lung cancer, and between coughing fits, he called out for a woman named Doris. This was not his wife's name. His wife's name was Trudy. She was in the room next door. She was dying of bone cancer, and luckily she couldn't hear for shit. Trudy had her own home health care aide, Deuce. Sometimes Deuce brought a bottle of Captain Morgan to work, and we sat at the kitchen table and drank. Deuce was married, but after William and Trudy were asleep, we'd usually make out or watch television. "Lisa," Deuce told me once, "I'm totally falling for you." William and Trudy were bedridden, but they still tried to talk to each other. Neither of them could hear, and so Deuce and I were left to translate. "Is he saying something about my fat arms?" Trudy asked. "He's always hated my arms." "He says he loves you," Deuce said. "Is she telling you I slept with her cousin?" William asked. "That one's a lie." "She says she misses your touch," I told William. There was a bell by William's bedside that he rang when he needed me. Mostly what he wanted was water, but he also kept begging me to tickle him. "Come on," he said. "Just one time." "Maybe Trudy would like to tickle you," I told him. "Have you looked at her hands?" he said. "They're like garden tools. And don't even get me started on those fat arms of hers." One night, when Trudy and William were asleep, Deuce and I ordered pizza. Then we got naked and rolled around on their couch. "This just feels right," Deuce said, "you know?" I knew. I'd never looked forward to coming to work before, but now I hated to drive back to my lonely apartment with my stupid cat and my dumbass collection of state quarters that was still missing Vermont. "Can we go out on a real date?" I asked Deuce. "Absolutely," he said. After a week of William begging me to tickle him, I finally gave in. "Where?" I said. He said he had a favorite spot, under his armpit. I reached my hand under his nightshirt, and I watched William's face break into a grin. He giggled for a bit, but then his face turned serious. "Are you okay?" I asked. "There comes a point when it turns into scratching," he told me. Trudy went first. It was peaceful in her sleep. The next day, Deuce was assigned to a new job across town. "Can we still see each other?" I asked him. There was a pause, a crackling across the phone line. "Sometimes the loveliness of something is its utter convenience," he told me. William died 2 days after Trudy, as couples who are deeply in love often do. I pressed his eyelids shut, and I called the ambulance. "No hurry," I told the dispatcher. "He's not going anywhere." After I made the call, I sat down on William's bed. I took his hand in mine, and I ran his fingers up and down my forearm, gently, lightly, over and over, until the paramedics arrived. Thanks.